Now look, whether you love or hate the guy, we gotta all admit here that we always needed somebody with that high of a status like Elon Musk to continue calling out Disney for who they really are and what they're really all about by pushing their ongoing agenda related to DEI that's, by the way, funded by the top three shareholders, BlackRock, Vanguard, and State Street. This is something that I think a lot of people out there need to realize, that it's not just problematic due to Bob Iger and the board, it also goes down to the shareholders, the top of which that I just labeled. This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you're new and like this video to see future updates. You can also follow me at Mike01. I thank you all so very much for the great and kind support. So, one thing about Kathleen Kennedy that I think is pretty much common knowledge right now is that she is nothing but a force of nature over at Lucasfilm, wreaking havoc at the company, really tarnishing every single Star Wars story one after the other. Now, with the Acolyte trailer now out and Leslie Headland, the showrunner of the show, already beginning to attack George Lucas fans and really making it a confirmation and making it official that she wants to really divert from what Star Wars used to stand for to really kind of build it for new fans. Now, focusing on the whole Gina Carano situation and other, of course, lawsuits that are being formed by Elon Musk through funding to really kind of bring Disney and Lucasfilm down to their knees to expose the truth about how they really operate. This is where things begin to get quite dramatic when it comes to Kathleen Kennedy. Now, specifically, we already know that Kathleen Kennedy is in shambles over at Lucasfilm after everything that happened with The Mandalorian Season 3, and also with other, of course, Star Wars projects over the years, such as the sequel trilogy. It only keeps getting worse and worse. However, with that being said and all, on top of all of that, with Kathleen Kennedy already dealing with many issues at Lucasfilm that both, of course, herself and Bob Iger are desperately attempting to fix under damage control, one major development involves much to do with Elon Musk and his current legal fight against Lucasfilm's Kathleen Kennedy and Bob Iger. Now, one significant update to this entire situation involves how just recently Elon Musk created a large panic over at Lucasfilm after informing Disney that he is now officially moving forward with all ex-Lucasfilm employees that he gathered that were fired improperly by Kathleen Kennedy after she took over back in 2012. Of course, this also includes Gina Carano, but she was just the tip of the iceberg. As a result of this lawsuit already getting enhanced in the process, Kathleen is already reportedly putting over, of course, 5 Star Wars projects on hold and others cancelled in order to focus more on how to stabilize Lucasfilm. With the series of lawsuits that they now face, they will begin to progress rapidly by next month, leading into the summer, and that's just the beginning. The incoming lawsuits from Elon Musk are said to be so substantial that Kathleen Kennedy demanded Bob Iger to put a hold on numerous Star Wars movies and TV shows, and to also cancel some in the process in order to focus on the lawsuits, and also restructuring Lucasfilm in the meantime. As a result, Disney and Lucasfilm already lost out on millions of dollars in already invested funds for these projects that went to a complete waste as Kennedy awaits the lawsuits from Elon Musk, Gina Carano, and ex-Lucasfilm employees to come at full force. In addition to all of this, Musk already also informed Disney that he is set to expose new truths about Kathleen Kennedy on the Joe Rogan podcast, that he now plans to go all out by the beginning of this summer on Spotify. Musk reportedly is taking his time to gather all details as much as possible to create a load of new bombshells all at once revolving around Kathleen Kennedy creating a toxic workplace at Lucasfilm improperly, as well as firing employees based on biased opinions and beliefs about the direction of Star Wars and Indiana Jones. Now, to make matters worse for Kathleen Kennedy's situation, she is already preparing to head on ABC-run programs like Good Morning America in the coming weeks in an attempt to debunk Gina Carano's side of the story of why she was fired by Kathleen Kennedy, to discuss her side of the story as to why she fired Gina Carano. This was a demand made by Kennedy to the Disney higher-ups, as it turns out, after their recent emergency meeting as one of their last-ditch efforts to reach as many of their Disney fans as possible. With Musk and his incoming lawsuits against Disney and Lucasfilm already resulting in the cancellation of multiple Star Wars projects and wasted funds, the will willpower and focus at Lucasfilm was already destabilizing by Kennedy attempting to save herself as the president of the company. Now guys, let me just stop here quick before I get to one big thing about all of this. Now, we already know that Kathleen Kennedy is in full panic mode, and she has been, by the way, ever since Elon Musk called out Bob Iger and continued to call out Disney for what they're really all about. You know, I mean, he really shed the light on the situation, especially to people that may have never even been researching the ongoing Disney drama that really hit its peak level, I believe, in 2023, toward the tail end of that year. Now, when you look at this, though, the fact that we have a situation where the Musk lawsuits, the ones that are being funded by Musk, that are taking full aim at Disney/Lucasfilm, and specifically Kathleen Kennedy as an individual as well, this is in turn creating a lack of focus on Star Wars projects, and in turn as well, leading to a bunch of Star Wars projects being put on hold and or cancelled in the meantime, resulting in a lot of funds that went to a complete waste, resulting in millions of dollars of losses. Now, we know that one thing about Bob Iger is that he will do whatever he has to do to lie about the whole Elon Musk situation, to make it seem as if whatever Disney's up to, everything is a-okay and everything is by the books and by the rules, and that they're not doing anything too shady over at Lucasfilm or anything like that. Now, we all know that the way that Kathleen Kennedy fired Gina Carano was absolutely ridiculous and so unprofessional that this would have never flied anywhere else. It wouldn't have. But if it's Lucasfilm, hey, you can get away with it from what it seems. Well, that's the problem that Elon Musk has. He wants to expose exactly what's going on over there at the workplace of Lucasfilm. Now, specifically on top of all of that, alright, the Joe Rogan podcast that is set to air by this summer with Elon Musk is set to also have over 5 bombshells related to how Kathleen Kennedy mishandles the workplace. One of those bombshells involves how the Lucasfilm employees that were fired turned out to be George Lucas loyalists that favored his work over Kennedy's and were fired for raising their differences on a creative level on certain projects. Now again, we all know that Gina Carano, I think that she made the right call to finally take a stand and really take a legal punch over at Lucasfilm. And the fact that we have Elon Musk helping her out, getting engaged in all of that, but not just her case, but building new cases against Lucasfilm and Kathleen Kennedy is really, quite inspiring, because nobody else would have done this. I think this is the reason why a lot of people are looking up to Elon Musk in this scenario in isolation. Again, whether you hate or love the guy, and all of your opinions are valued below in the comments, you have to admit we needed this, alright? I think that we needed somebody like this to really put Disney in their place and to really kind of make them realize that they can't get away with certain things all the time. So overall, I think it's really interesting regardless of what's going on here. This is going to be a very long and progressive series of suits going up against Lucasfilm and Disney, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel, and I will catch you guys later.